Salute, bro. You too. Whether you know it or not, you too. And I love the podcast. I love the platform. I love the format. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is DBI, Dolla Bomb. You are watching Things of That Nature, and you owe it to yourself.
Put your hands together for the Jammies! Here we go! Here we go! Here comes the Jammies! Here we go! Here we go! Here comes the Jammies!
It's Tyler and Nolan and Momo. Seven and Lala with the Jammies, and we're coming from Ringo. Putting on a show, you better watch out, 'cause here we come. Here we come. Here we come. Here we come. It's the Jammies, and here we
DMP switch up. Come on, tell us what you talking about.
Tell me fix it. It's DMP, baby.
DMP switch up. Come on, tell us what you talking about.
I don't want to stop, and you know we guarantee to give you what we got.
Right.
I don't want to stop, and you know we guarantee to give you what we got.
Let's go. Left Coast Kings, and you owe it to yourself.
Yo, what's up with it, folks? Cal Grizzly, the chef most of the time. Chef D, y'all know me as D Thing One. Left Coast Kings in the building. What's it good?
What up, world? Thing 2, Doc Madness, also known as Madman Smooth, for Sweatshop Recordings and Demolition Man Production. You are now tapped in to Things of That Nature.
And you owe it to yourself. Sponsors.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
What's good, man? What's good?
Ah, man, you know what? After that last episode, we had some technical difficulties on getting up, but we right back at it. It don't stop.
Oh,
So you know how it goes, man. But I've been feeling good, man, on top of it, on top of the ground, not below it, like I always say, man. So that's a blessing in disguise every day, so that way I can tap in and create more content for my Thingsters. You know, all y'all out there, subscribers, giving us and lending y'all that precious ears for these moments. So, you know, I can't complain. How about yourself, man? You looking mighty snuggy right there with the cap on.
oh yeah, it's a little chilly today out here in northern California. Yeah, just a little chilly today. I'm not running the heater or none of that stuff today, so I just been chilling, man. Trying to you know, just get through the day and make it happen, Captain. You feel me?
You trying to tough it out, man? Doing the ice bucket testing with right there, the challenge.
Man, this is about as close as we gonna get to the ice bucket, bro. Is me wearing this beanie. Cause that's, man, I'm cool. I tried that one time.
Right.
And it was just me. Everybody I challenged to do it didn't do it. I was like, yeah.
They try
Middle
to get
finger to social media challenges.
they try to get me. I was like, y'all can miss me. Other people could do it.
Yep, I feel you.
They say it was a good cause, but yeah, all right.
Yeah, it was for no cause. I did that just because I wasted ice.
Yes. My God. So another episode, man. I think we got another special guest this time, though. Repping a little bit, you know, in Southern California, man. You know, 707 been stepping up. We had the 909s come through and represent. And this one's a little bit different, man. This one's headed out towards, well, we can say 909 as well. But, you know, we'll get into it. My boy DBI, Dolla Bomb. Okay. You know, he's going to come in and bless us up with some facts and some information about animation. We're going to also tap into, man, he's very into the fitness thing. He's got some fitness stuff going on. We all need that, bro. Exactly. And we don't have a session, man, because first way I came across him was the music, bro. And we also got some treats for you on that end as well. And man, he's also So, we definitely always like to have fathers on this show that dedicate their lives to the youth that they've created, as well as others, because he's a coach as well, man. So, he fits right into things of that nature.
He got his hand in all the cookie jars, huh? That's what's up. Yeah, that's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. I'm looking forward to this. But in the meantime, in between time, man, let's hit him with a little something, and then we'll be back.
We need to break the show right now. The talk has gone bad.
This man. About to buy out the bar, line a lot of cigars, but only for the night. We gotta fly out tomorrow. The hideouts of Mars, the tryouts have started. Shawty, wild out and party. Read all about it in the newspaper. Yogi Golden bought him some new acres. Illegal cannabis, I prescribe you some new patients. Brand new facility, new blue faces. New dump truck booty, new brakes. New headlights, new grill, new skates. New red bottoms, new flaps, new bracelets. New trim, new straps, new facelift. Sisterhood of them traveling witches. Make her straddle his dick while I unravel them britches. Tear that meniscus, my javelin hitting them whiskers. Sticking and licking the kitty sweet as hibiscus. I finished my business, this shit is dismissed. Sorry, I grew up with troublemakers and misfits.
Welcome back. I hope y'all enjoyed that little break. But now we are going to get to the nitty gritty, man. We got the one and only DBI showing up. So without wasting any time, welcome to Unfiltered Convos. Let's get it.
Welcome, my Thingsters, to Unfiltered Convos. The Doc and D. We got some special guests in the house, man. My boy, Dolla Bomb. How you feeling, my guy?
I'm feeling great, my guy. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you.
Nah, man. The blessings are all ours. Let me give a little backdrop. I got to introduce my dude the right way. Dolla Bomb. He's also known as DBI, another successful entrepreneur who runs multiple businesses. One of his ventures is Thoughts Become Reality, TBR. It's an animation company that is currently developing 2 animated series, also a music video show. Another business that DBI spearheading as a certified personal trainer of strength and conditioning, as well as speed and quickness, is TeamFocusFit, a fitness training company, which is currently working on releasing an ebook as well as a fitness training app. In addition to that, DBI also is a recording artist, producer, songwriter, and engineer, launching OLS, which is OneLumpSum, a record label and utility service company that's going to be diving more into later on this year, and we'll also get more of that onto the session later on. Despite all of his busy schedules, DBI does still manage to find time for the youth by coaching Varsity Track and Field at Nogales High School, and also the new running back coach as well as the strength training coach at Fullerton High School. And most of all, the most honorary thing that I can bring up and mention of DBI, Dolla Bomb, is he's a devoted husband and father of 5 children. He's blessed with 2 grandchildren and 1 granddaughter on the way. So if you want to find out more about him, we'll have all his links at dollabomb.com and TBR Unlimited.com. We'll have that in the description, as well as his Instagrams at Dolla Bomb, at Dolla Bomb and Mr. Focus Fit. And he goes by one mantra that I'll say I think it helps him stay young, looking as handsome as he is he goes to bed early and he wakes up early and gets on the grind. So that's it, my dude. How you feeling?
Hey, I'm feeling great, man. You are a professional as always. As always. That was a very seasoned introduction, my dude.
Hey, man, you just put the food on my plate, bro. All I did was just describe it.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir, man. So I'm going to give you the floor, bro, and I want you to go ahead and just give us a little bit of backdrop on, if you want to just start off with, you want to start off with your TBR. You want to start there and then just go ahead and transition into what else you got going on as far as TeamFocusFit.
Yeah, so TBR is an animation company. Our first animation company. We put out a animated series on Netflix 2016, 2017 called the Jammies. And that was under Toon Farm LLC. That company has since, disbanded, and we've done some other things. And me being in animation since high school, that's like a passion of mine. Like just the arts, period. Whether it's music, graffiti art, painting, animation. I'm just in the arts, culinary. Like I'm just into the arts. And so I didn't want to let it go, even though the principals and myself, the other principals of the company, decided to have different interests. My interest was still animation. So with 40 something, little more than 40% ownership of the Jammies, I packed that into the TBR with another partner of mine who has 20% of the Jammies, so that we can make 60% of the Jammies, so we can continue to move the brand forward with licensing and merch and all that stuff like that. We formed TBR, my partner Kenny Green. So we formed TBR in 2020, like right when the pandemic hit and everybody was at home. We formed that, and so animation is one of those things that takes a long time. We came up with the concept of the Jammies in 2002, and the show was completed in 2008, and it's seen on screen time for the first time in 2016. So most people would have tapped out long before any of that stuff happened. And we just kept grinding and grinding and grinding, 1,000 no's just to get that one yes.
Yep.
And so TBR is now the new version of my animated company. And with new versions of things, you kind of go with, the new way of doing things. Back when I did the Jammies, it cost us about $3.4 million, almost $3.5 million to make 13 episodes.
Okay.
In today's time, I could do 13 episodes for less than 10, 15 grand now, just because of technology and AI and all kind of different things, recording from home versus a full-fledged, sound production studio with orchestra to do the scoring. Like, things are just different. So with that being said, TBR focuses more on short form content. The Jammies are 22-minute episodes. And you can still find the Jammies out right now. It's on it's being housed through Cartoon Channel, which used to be Kid Genius brand, and they're on Roku, Amazon Prime, the Cartoon Channel, that app itself. So it's still out there, and that content is 22 minutes long. Those episodes are 22 minutes. But in the time that we're in now, attention spans being shorter, TBR is focusing more on short time content, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe some 15-minute pieces of content. And then a lot of it is digital now too. In terms of just like the art itself is digital. So one of the projects that I can speak on right now that we're in the works of putting together is a all animated band. They're a rap group, all animated characters. And it's the same premise as the Jammies. The idea behind the Jammies was that you do real music, produced with real producers, real artist writing. It's just the content was age appropriate or family appropriate. No sex, no drugs, no none of those type of things that would get, flagged. And so with this, it's kind of the same thing. But the focus with these animated bands is that, like I know in music, it's all about, for the labels, the major labels, it's all about marketing. You can be a hot artist, but you don't fit the look of what they're going for. So they might sign you as a writer, but they'll never put you on and put you in front of the camera and market you to the forefront. Well, with these digital avatars and these virtual influencers, I can market anybody. It's all about the art at that point. We'll create the visual, right? So the TBR is focusing a lot on that right there, because we can outsource work for hire, like a lot of artists, to write, and we'll maintain ownership of the content. We can send stuff out on the road, and not have to worry about, our artists getting in fights, doing too much on the road, getting arrested. Some, all kind of allegations. Our artists are in the hard drive. So we'll ship them to the venue. They'll stick them on the screen as the opening act. You know what I mean? And we're just pushing it forward that way. It seems a little far-fetched right now. It seems like something that's like, definitely not being done. But they told me in 2002 that the Jammies wouldn't work. So
Right.
I just keep on pushing, and when the right time for that opens up, I'll have it in the can, and I won't have to try to rush to develop it.
Right.
So
Right.
that's what TBR is. That's my whole animation thing. Me and my partner Kenny Green. The video show that we're working on is kind of like a Rap City, Yo MTV Raps in the Basement type deal. Where in the beginning we're only focusing on animated music videos, and there's a ton of them out there. You might not know it, but there's a ton of animated music videos out there. And then we'll transition into live action videos or videos that are live action with elements of animation in there, and just kind of bringing that old school music based show back, where you know you're talking with the artists or the creators or producers, but it's heavily music based. And instead of running 6 or 7 music videos, we're gonna run 2 and some content, and then keep it pushing. So it's all short form content.
Okay.
And that's what we're
I got
doing.
a question for you, my man, real quick on that. Just want to interject on something. As far as your animation is, how much of that do you create personally, or do you outsource a lot of that? I know you did bring up outsourcing as far as the artistry, but I mean, I know your background. I know you for a long time, so I know you're very creative, not just with the aspect, but hands-on. As far as like characters, the actual writing of the music and the theme songs, you're very active in that. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. With the Jammies, it was 90 outsourced. I voiced my character and a couple other characters. My other partner voiced his character and a couple other characters. We did all the music in the Jammies. We co-wrote the storylines with some very credible writers and producers who were responsible for the Parkers, the Proud Family, Moesha, stuff like that. So we were, under the tutelage of them and learning from them. But on this venture with TBR, I'm probably 80% hands-on. I'm doing the character development. I'm doing a lot of the animation, which is more possible today with mocap suits. We didn't have mocap suits, affordable mocap suits back then.
Right.
Mocap suits back then was like 50, 60 grand. Mocap suits now is like $3 grand. You know what I mean? So I can get my whole computer up and running, a handful of mocap suits, a sound stage studio for the cost of what it was going to have, cost of what it was going to do one episode 10 years ago. I can get the whole thing running for the cost of what it would, like half the cost of one episode. So it gives me the opportunity to be more hands-on and not have to outsource so much. So yeah, absolutely. With this venture is I'm way hands-on. I got a couple of music videos, animated music videos that I did for artist by the name of Cornbread from the group Cali Wild.
Right.
So I did his animated music video that's got Lord Jamal in it and
Nubian.
Brand Nubians.
Yep.
So I worked on that, a couple other things. So with that, I'm 100% hands-on. Sound scoring, the editing, the animation, the character design. And that's not work for me. Like I enjoy it. I lose sleep doing that. Like
right. Definitely, man. As a matter of fact, I was telling my partner, you're the one that got me into graphic designing and everything, putting like that you see now, that the world sees what I'm doing with my music and the podcast and the way we put it together. It was because of you, man. I don't know if you recall that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, bro. Remember, I had hit you to help me work on my Red October 17 album, my first solo album.
That cover was dope, but I remember that.
Right. And we used come through. We was working on ideas in your studio. And you just put it in my head. He's like, man, you could do this, bro. Just get the program. I'll help you. And I would call you here and there to help me out, and got a little book, and off I went. So, man, salute for everything that you put me on game. And I know you influencing a lot of other people around you. So I just want to say thank you for that, my guy.
I appreciate you, bro, man. And it looks good. Like you, I didn't know that. I honestly didn't know that. But I definitely was looking at your come up, and I was like, bro, getting nice with it. Like, you get nice with it with the edits and everything. So
right, appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's all due to you, bro. Like just being around you and absorbing that game and that confidence that you help instill in me. So, man, I appreciate it.
Anytime, bro. I'm here.
I know that. you want to go ahead and tap into your TeamFocusFit and what you've been doing with that and how that's coming along?
Yeah, TeamFocusFit. That's I've been doing TeamFocusFit for a minute. This is something you probably don't know. I know we go back a little bit. But TeamFocusFit really came from me rehabbing myself. In the middle of doing the Jammies, damn, this story's kind of hard. In the middle of doing the Jammies, I was having some health issues. I was losing feeling in my legs and in my feet. And then there became a point in time where, to make a very long story as short as possible, I became paralyzed from the waist down. And it was because of a tumor that was growing between my lung. It was wrapped around my spine and it was pushing up against my heart and my lung. So there'd be times that my legs would work, and then out of nowhere, I would just fall. I done fell in restrooms, restaurants, walking down the street, and I kept going to hospital after hospital for 2 years straight, and they kept telling me nothing was wrong with me. And at the same exact time that I'm losing my ability to move, I was going through a crazy divorce, and I think that's how I met you, was through my ex-wife.
Exactly.
I was going through a crazy divorce, bro, because it's, you know, she's still healing from some stuff, but we just couldn't work through these differences, right? And I got full custody of my kids, all of my kids, full-time, 100% custody, and I'm not able to move. So, and then the Jammies went through some stuff with the investment group that kind of shut the money down from that. And so now I'm here. I can't really move to go hustle and grind. I got full-time custody of my kids, and the Jammy money stopped. And so I had this emergency surgery, and the doctors told me that the chances of me walking without a walker or a cane was slim to none. I was going to be confined to some kind of walking device for the rest of my life. And I bought into it probably for about 6 months, 7 months, whatever, because the rehab, just going through that stuff daily, was depressing and painful. And one day I was laying there with my feet up on the couch, and I always been athletic, always been playing sports, you know, all that. And even before the surgery, I was in the gym heavy, you know, trying to just deal with what I was dealing with. And I just remember laying there on the couch one day, and I was like, you're going to be depressed and sad and subscribe to what they going to tell you your life is going to be, or you going to fight back. And I enrolled myself into National Sports Academy for medicine, became a certified trainer and nutritionist, and I just rehabbed myself. And just through that, and being able to tell, you know, the kids that I coach, when they say, I can't do that, bro, I was paralyzed from the waist down for almost a year. Do I look like I'm paralyzed now? I'm out here running with y'all, racing with y'all. We doing it's up here. It's what you believe. So if you subscribe to what they saying that's gonna be your outcome, then you're gonna be right. I chose not to believe what they said my outcome was gonna be. And so that's how FocusFit was born. That it was at the same time that Instagram started popping, MySpace and Facebook kind of died off, and definitely MySpace for sure. And FocusFit's just been like it's like a positive passion for me. Like, it's definitely about health and wellness and fitness and stuff like that, but it's more about just a positive outlook on life. Like, if you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you won't. It's just as simple as that. So
that's very true.
That's what that is. I'm working on a ebook right now, just about, you know, health and wellness, fitness, food you should eat. A lot of people complicate how the fitness world works, and it's just to make money. But losing weight, gaining muscle, although everybody's body is different, but the foundation of how all this works is the same across the board. You know what I mean? If you're trying to lose weight, taking less calories than you put in. If you're trying to gain weight, put in more calories than you expend. If you're trying to build muscle, you got to switch up, you know, your intensity of training. You got to keep the body confused. Do the same thing over and over again. The body you can't out trick the body. So if all you do is push-ups and sit-ups, there's gonna come a point where you peak, and that's all you're gonna get. But if you switch it up, even if you switch up the order of how you do it, the body's like, oh, what we doing now? And it'll adapt and it'll change. So my ebook is just simplifying what so many people make complicated in weight loss and muscle gain. And I'm gonna give it away. I'm gonna give it away just so I can drive the traffic to the app. And a lot of the app stuff is gonna be free, and there'll be some paid parts of the app, but that's gonna be more on where you have direct access to me.
Right.
So that's the plan for that.
Okay. What's the name of the app?
It's gonna be TeamFocusFit.
TeamFocusFit.
I'm still in the I'm probably like 85, close to 90% done with it.
Okay.
It's taking me a long time because there's a lot of animation in it.
Can you say that one more time? You kind of broke up. There's a lot of what behind that?
A lot of animation.
Okay.
So a lot of like when you're showing proper form, there's some live action proper form videos, but a lot of it is animation.
Okay.
All right. Man, that's awesome, bro. And I know it don't even stop right there. So that must have been a branch into, I know you always been in the sports. So this is how you got yourself back rehab. And then we move forward into how'd you get hooked up with Nogales High School and Fullerton?
Well, you know my son Antois, and since Antois was 5, I was coaching him. Yep. So when he hit high school, I kind of pulled back because I was coaching him all through the Junior All-American Pop Warner phases. And in high school, I was just gonna let him do his thing. So I was just sitting in the bleachers after, this was during the time when I was rehabbing myself. I was probably more active at this time. Like I wasn't in complete rehab. Like there was a point in time, bro, where I was walking literally with the walker and the cane with the tennis balls on it. For 7, 8, 9 months. And I would just pick the thing up and work on turning and pick the thing up and work on walking faster. So by this time, I didn't have the walker and I was just going up to the school to just watch his practices. And I didn't like how the coach was coaching him. Yeah. So instead of coaching him out there, I respect that man's time. I respect his program. I get my son home and I fix the shit. Just like, hey, we telling you to cross your legs when you hit that hole. You're a running back. We never cross our feet. Never, ever, ever. You just wider base. Step to the hole, step in the hole. I don't never want to see you cross your feet. But Dad, Coach said, you get to the hole fast enough, you make that mesh clean enough, he ain't even gonna notice that you're not crossing your feet. Yep. Right, so the coach came up to me one day and was like, I see your son making these, good improvements, whatever. I said, I'll take him home and I'll brush him up a little bit. I know y'all only get a couple hours with him. He's like, you ever think about coaching? He's like, I never would ask a parent to come coach his kid, but it's something about you that I think it'll work. I said, I've coached him his whole life. And the one thing that we always keep is the coach-player relationship. He's never called me dad in between the hashes, ever. And that's so you don't have to worry about me playing any favoritisms. I'm going to coach all these kids like they're my son.
Right.
And that's how I got started in that. Antoi's been out of school damn near 10 years now. And so I stayed there, became the head track coach because I was focusing a lot on the speed and running technique. Because, a lot of kids out there, they just run naturally. And
right.
So you take their natural ability and you hone in and make them faster. Like people say you can't teach speed. You can teach speed if they running all over the place. Just tighten them up a little bit.
Right.
So I became the head track coach over at Nogales about 7, 8. This is my 8th season. I've got 4 titles over there. So my first year, I came in second. And then 4 years after that first year, took the title, went to CIF, went to state once. And how I got over at Fullerton is a coach that I used to coach with at Nogales went over to Fullerton. I'm not a fan of the politics currently at Nogales right now, especially with the football program. And like I said, I'm never going to be bigger than the program. I'll bow out gracefully, let you run it the way you're going to run it. But my passion for the game, for the sport, and just wanting to mentor, young men, I took 2 years off from coaching football, still coaching track, and I couldn't do it this year. I was like, I got to go somewhere. I got to go. My boy was like, come over here. You always welcome over here. So he brought me in over at Fullerton as, the running back coach over there. And I'm excited about that because I had 2 long years off of the sport.
Okay. Yeah, it's all that boiling inside right now. You're going to hit them hard.
Oh, man, I can't wait. I went to a lot of their games last year, and I was like, yeah, they could use – they ain't had no grit. It goes back to the positivity. They lost 4 games in a row. 4 games in a row by 1 point. 1 point. And they was up in a couple of those games all the way to like the last 2-3 minutes, and it was all about the desire in their heart.
Right.
They was tapping out. You know, the other team was coming back, and you could see the air just coming out of them. And I'm like, that's what they supposed to do. They supposed to come back. You supposed to stop.
Ain't nobody gonna lay down for you.
Man.
Real talk.
So it's just like I believe, and I told my boy over there, I said, I think you need me over here, bro. Like, just the positivity, just the reinforcement of they could do it. I think that's missing over here. And he agreed and brought me on. So,
see, like I said, I knew you was tapping in and inspiring others, bro, just like you did me. You got that aura about you, bro. So just keep on trucking and doing the things that you're doing. It's just going to rub off on the people around you, and they come back and they understand it just like myself, man. You know, you have a great mentality, the way you attack things, man. And I've seen your work ethic, everything that this man is talking about. I mean, hands down, I've seen it. I've even, like I said, it inspired me to do many different things, not just graphics. But like I said, even I wasn't producing when I was talking to you. Now I got into production myself.
Producing,
yeah, man. You know, so I was just coming over those late nights that we would have and just chop it up. And I would see your graphics on the wall and just different designs that you were creating, bro. And it all stayed in my mind, man. So, you know, I'm sure the students that are around you all the time just soaking game. I definitely know that.
The best part about coaching for me is when I see them after. I was just telling my wife the other day, I see so many of the kids in the gym after they done graduated, they got jobs, and the fact that they still in the gym taking care of themselves. I was like, I know 100% that was me, because the coaches I was coaching with wasn't looking like that. They wasn't preaching that. So just to be able to leave that little nugget with them, you know what I mean? And get the letters after the fact and all that, like that's why I do it. Because
that's dope, bro.
I would want somebody to do that for me.
Yeah, you seem like a hands-on coach and trainer, because, you know, a lot of those coaches, they do the finger pointing, do it this way, do it that way, because they can't show you how to do it. So it really, you know, so I know, I could tell.
Yeah, I get out there. They be having full pads and helmets, and I'm like, I don't need none of that. Come on, let's go.
You said, that sound like me. That was me too. People was like, "Are you going? I'll go head up with any one of these kids. Come on, let's go." I ain't nobody. I'm gonna show you how to do it before I'm not gonna just point my fingers and rub my belly. Nah, bro, we gonna let's get down. Right. Yep.
Yeah, because I remember doing that playing when I played ball. My coach was a big dude, and he yelled at me a bunch of times about not getting low enough to the ground. And I was like, you can't get low enough to the ground. Like, so when I became a coach, I was like, I would never be the coach that I had. Like, and when I can't do it no more, and it seems like I'm a finger pointer, I'm out. I'm gonna tap out. I might mentor, I might whatever, but I'm not gonna be out there like that, because I firmly believe that people respect what you can show. Like, show me better than you could tell me.
Right. Yep. Definitely. And your secret to all of this is going to bed early?
Nah, bro, that's a new thing. So I would say
I was you before, my dude.
Yeah, nah. So I would say 10, 15 years ago, around that whole rehab thing, like, that was a life-changing thing for me, bro. Like, the whole thing, how I realized shit was bad is I was having back pain, right? And, you know, when you get back pain, you know, you get a hot compact or whatever, heat towel, whatever. So I decided to take a hot-ass bath, right, to try to just ease the pain. So I tried to get out of that, and they didn't work. My brain is saying get up, but nothing was working.
Oh, shit.
And I was and my youngest son, Isaiah, he was 3 at the time. Isaiah, 18, he about to be 19 next week. No, he's 19, about to be 20 next week. Damn, I'm getting he was 3 at the time, right? 3 going on 4 at the time. And it was just me and him home by ourselves. And that whole experience, just from that to getting able to walk without the walker when they said I wouldn't, that put me on this kick that every time I find a flaw in myself, I have to change that. So one of the things that I was working on was accountability. Like everything that happens to me is because of me. I used to be the person to be like, man, traffic, I was late because of traffic. Nah, I was late because I didn't get up in time to account for traffic.
Traffic, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been on this journey for the last 10 years of just checking myself, right? And so I was getting tired from staying up late nights and then, you know, crashing and deleting a file that I didn't mean to delete or whatever. So I got on that go to bed and get up before everybody get the grind. So I'll be ahead of time. The Marines do it. What the Marines say? We do more before 6 a.m. than you do all day.
Yeah, do all day. Yep.
I was like, I'm about to go to bed. I'll be in bed by 10, 11. My wife would tell you it's still not enough sleep. I go to bed at 10, 11 o'clock and I'm up at 1:30 in the morning.
Right.
I just got to get it done. So, yeah, I've been...
That's good shit, man.
That and judgment was a big thing for me. I used to, you know, say that this happened and you shouldn't do that or you should do. It's not for me to judge. I gotta take judge. So I find these little nuggets and I work on me. And my latest nugget is that go to bed early, get up early, get stuff done, get ahead of life because I don't know what life gonna throw my way. Like you just seen, I'm 10 minutes late talking to y'all because life got in the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. It happens. But what you can control, bro, you got a good hand and grasp on things, bro. And like I said, I know from when we kind of like parted ways and not really communicating as much, wish I could have been there, man, because, you know, I had back surgery, so I had to learn to walk again. They was telling me at my young age, playing basketball, I was never going to do that again and everything, bro. So I had to work myself in rehab. Similar. I mean, I'm not a specimen like you, but you know what I'm saying? Like I had to get all the way and get to that without the walker and having my daughters and stuff like that help me and wash me in places that I couldn't reach and all of that, bro. So it's very, that humility that came with that, it kind of just put that nugget in myself as well to say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to just fall to them and just, I'm going to have this gait that I got to have a cane or like you said, a walker or something, some type of assistance, man. So I salute you to that because a lot of people succumb to that.
Oh yeah, a lot of people quit. They'll just quit before they try. I'll forget it. They say I'm gonna be like this forever. All right, then. Sit your ass there then, because I got shit to do over here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right.
I was just thinking that's a long life. If the Lord blessed me to be here till I'm 80 years old, 90 years old, that's a long time to just be laying here on the floor with your legs up on the couch.
Yeah, right. That's a long time, bro.
That's a long time.
Yeah. When you could have been, you know, like you doing now, up and about, moving and grooving, man, making it happen. Yeah. Just think if you would have succumbed to the bullshit that they told you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where would you, you wouldn't even be at this point right now. You know what I mean? Be depressed and who knows what, you know? So
I couldn't even
salute to you, man, for that. Yeah, salute to you for that drive and determination when a lot of people just will give up because they're told something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
By, you know, whoever it is. But yeah, that's a big salute, man.
Yeah, definitely. Well, what advice would you give to anybody as far as, that is going through something? I know mentally it had to be a lot, and I don't know what kind of support system that you had around you. It seemed like a lot of that came from the inner, but what advice would you give to somebody who is contemplating in a situation of just being like, hey, this is what I am, this is where I'm at, and I'm just going to go ahead and this is going to be what my life holds for me? What advice would you give to them?
My advice would be that it's your belief system. If you believe that that's what you're destined to and that's what it's going to be, you're going to be right. If you believe that you can overcome it and you firmly believe without any nugget of doubt, you going to be right. You know what I mean? I just said, God made an amazing body and mind. It renews itself over time. Over time, you got brand new cells, you got brand new skin, brand new, it does. God made an amazing body. So but he also gave you free will to do what you choose to do. So if you choose to subscribe to what somebody else tells you can do, then the outcome is what they laid out for you.
Mm-hmm.
My advice would be is to find what's right for you and go balls out on that. Like, more naysayers, the better. Use it as fuel. Like, don't, you know what I mean? There's going to be naysayers. If you don't have naysayers, you're not doing something right.
Right.
You know what I mean? If everybody is there with you and down and with you and in the dumps with you, you're in the wrong place. In simplest forms, you just gotta keep going, man. Like, nobody knows when their expiration date's gonna be. I have no idea. It could be tomorrow. It could be 50 years from now. But one thing I know for sure, that every day I wake up, it's a gift. This gift of life is a gift. And if you gave me a brand new Ferrari, I'm gonna drive that bitch every day. Like,
damn right.
If you gave me $1 million, I'm gonna bless some people. I'm gonna use that every day. So with the gift of life, I gotta use it every day. I can't sit back. I can, but I choose not to sit back and subscribe to anybody's opinion or anybody's outlook on me.
Mm-hmm.
I control me. I control how I view it. I control how I do it. I'll take in. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. But at the end of the day, I got to formulate what I'm going to do. And I suggest everybody do that. I don't care who's in your life. Mama, daddy, mentor, grandma, your best friend. Like, they going through their stuff too. And their advice ain't always going to be the best advice for you.
Right.
So
I hear that.
I had a quick question before we wrap this up. What advice would you give to the youth who are considering or dabbling with animation? Like, as far as, how to maybe get their stuff seen or whatever the case may be, what advice would you have for them?
There's a lot of free tools out there. When I took animation, there was no such thing as animation on the school level. I was, blessed enough to find, I wanted to be an architect until I realized how much math was involved. And I was like, nah, I don't want to do that no more. I didn't fall in love with math until I fell in love with finances. And I was like, oh, that's math. So, in the early stages, I wanted to be an architect. I kind of talked myself out of it and found, was put in place where there was a school to show me animation. And it was expensive at the time. Like Cal Arts, if you go to school for Cal Arts, they teach on a program called Maya. Maya's like a $10,000, $30,000 with all the little bells and whistles program. And when you graduate from that school, you're not going to have that kind of bread to go get those programs. But now, in today's time, if I'm talking to the youth of today, there are so many free applications that you can just download that's just as good as the top-notch studio software, if not better in a lot of ways. And there's YouTube.
Right.
Go learn. Take that time. The time that you're using to listen to the people doubt you and down and tell you what you can't, you can take that same amount of time and go learn something and apply it and just put it out there.
Yep.
Like, knowing what I know now, I wouldn't look for a major deal. All that is a loan. I'll go get me a loan and use that money how you like. To get a major deal is nothing but a loan. If I was signed to Sony or Warner or Universal or Lionsgate, they're going to give me a loan.
Right.
I'm going to work on my credit, go to the bank with my business, my EIN, and get me a business loan and do the same thing that they expected me to do.
Yep.
And I would just put it out there on all the avenues. Once you got content is always going to be king. If I got content in the can, I would go to the Sony, to the Cartoon Network, to the Netflix, to the whatever. You cutting them out of a small portion. If you go to them with a concept, they going to want to own the concept.
Right.
Okay.
They still need content, but you come to them with an idea. So now they like, let's get the bigger piece. We're going to help you, but let us get the bigger piece. You want to win as a creator and an entrepreneur, take it to them finished with other ideas that you are willing to develop with them.
Okay.
Take them the stuff in the can, get it on, be like, here's the other stuff I got in my bag that's undeveloped. You want to work, or am I gonna go do this on my own too?
Mhm.
That's how you would get in. That's my advice. So like, just do it. Just go out there and do it and put it out there. And don't try not to look for everyone to like it. Your people are gonna find you. Your fans are gonna find you. Your stuff may not be for everybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but your people will find you. Just put it out. Put it out. Don't suffer from what my homeboy calls analysis paralysis. You're just sitting around there and you're looking and you're thinking about what to do, but you do not move.
Yep.
Just do it.
Yep. Got to get going.
Yep.
Definitely, man. Well, definitely, bro. I appreciate it. And I know you said something before we even got started in recording. What you said is, I went through 1,000 no's before I got the yes. And a lot of times, because of this instant gratification that we're in now, this society, those individuals don't really know a lot about the 1,000 no's before you get the yes, because of so many platforms. So they can hopeful by doing it, like you say, put it in the can, but keep on moving and keep progressing. Don't even stop at the no. Just keep on going, because out there's going to be that yes, and then you're going to own a bigger piece of that pie.
Yep, bro. I'm telling you, nobody. My parents told me that the Jammies wasn't gonna work. You still doing that? You still from 2002? I think they started really questioning, was it drive or insanity around 2006, 2007, and I'm like, I'm still working on it. And so when it came out in 2016, end of 2016, what's crazy is the first thing they said is, I knew you could do it. where was all that? Y'all was telling me it ain't gonna work. Now you telling me
right.
Just keep going, man. Just keep going. Just like you doing right now, bro. Like, keep going, keep at it. I think we met late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
And so many people that's in the art don't do it anymore.
Right.
Like they let life take over, even though that was their passion. They don't do it no more. And bro, I'm proud to see that you still out there doing it way bigger than you started doing it, continuing to grow, continue to adapt with the times, and you know, not somebody that's like, I'm stuck in my ways. This is what I created, and I'm gonna keep, like, that's what life's about, bro, is evolution.
Yeah. Well, thank you, my dude. We're definitely gonna tap into some more with you on the session, but I just want to give my blessing to you and your family, bro. Thank you for answering that email, man, because we were disconnected after my IG got hacked.
Yeah, bro. I knew you got hacked. Dude was trying to sell something. I forgot what it was, and then I just asked the question. I just asked the question only you would know, and he didn't answer it. And I was like, bro. Nah,
that's how you get them. You ask a question that you know that only your folks gonna know.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, my guy. We're definitely going to have you back to get caught up on when you get the app, man. I would love to go ahead and put that out to the world so that way they can go ahead and follow up with you and get that when you get it going. Anything else you have, you always have a platform here. Come back to it anytime and promote or just discuss anything that's going on, man. Open door policy with you, my guy.
I appreciate you both, man. Thank you for having me.
Right on. But definitely, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, y'all, and we're going to bring them back for the session.
Don't go nowhere.
You're experiencing things of that nature, and you owe it to yourself to tune in.
Yeah, now tell me that wasn't a good conversation right there. That's what I'm talking about, people. There was some game right there, man. So all you artists and you people that like to draw and create, man, there's an opportunity out there to really get your hands wet and have some fun and shoot your shot. You know what I mean? Don't hold back.
Definitely, man. He dropped a lot of wisdom for you guys, gave some things to grow on, some gems. But definitely, man, I seen this dude start from way back when, and like I said, he was a big inspiration to get me going, man. So I know definitely, just follow the lead, basically, man. He's leaving footprints in the sand for us. So, but it don't stop there though. It don't stop there though. But we do got to take a quick intermission, man. We got to give some people some limelight, and we're gonna come right back and bring them right back with the session. But first, we got to take a quick intermission.
Go use the bathroom. Hurry up, y'all. Thank you.
All right, we need to break the show right now. The dark has gone bad.
Yeah. It's that West Coast tired shit.
It's that drop cruising down the street type shit. West Coast love for some any type shit. Got the chicas in the back and we bout to get lit. 40 locals down the strip representing for the clique. It's a low thing if you know me. Hit the switches one time for the homies. OG Kush when we smoke, how you feeling? Put some money in the bag type season. What a time to be alive. Praise the Most High. A Diosito que me cuida con mi virgen by my side. Born and raised inside a ghetto, but we made it out alive.
Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Am I worthless? Am I worthless? So many thoughts inside my head. So many checks left unread.
So many demons run inside of my mind. I thought about cutting ties maybe a couple of times. They say the man is a legend after they down in the dirt. Sometimes I feel like that's the only way I'll get my shit heard. Got plenty years on my back and yet they say I ain't shit. You rather listen to somebody who ain't talking about shit. Fuck all the gimmicks and skits, we don't make drama for views. If we hit gold over here, it's for the music we do.
Well, I'm recruiting all of them positive youths choosing. I feel stick to the roots. Them I tell ya, who feels it knows it. No times we feel like we are losing. Yeah, who feels it knows it. That's why me no follow when I genuine.
Welcome, y'all. The session, just like we promised. We still got Dolla Bomb, DBI. Except this time we're going to talk about OneLumpSum and some background and what he's got coming up for us in the future with the music. So welcome back, Dolla. How you doing right now? How you feeling?
I'm feeling fabulous, fantastic, fantabulous.
That's always a blessing, man. Definitely. Well, I want to start this off by saying this, though. We got something coming up that's going to be dropping for you guys as well, man, that I blessed him, or I should say he blessed me. I sent the track to him to see if he would jump on. And I just want to start off with that, man, and let you know I'm very excited for that to finally make the distribution list after some time putting it together and getting, everybody on it. So I appreciate you with blessing me with that verse, my guy.
Nah, it's all love, bro, and you had it right the first time. You blessed me. I mean, I lended, my gift to you for the track, but you blessed me because for a long time, all of my writing was going towards projects. I wasn't really writing for me, for DBI. You know what I mean? I was writing, but it was more for projects, and it's different when you venting on a track or you getting out your own ideas and your concepts for you as the artist versus you painting a picture for everybody to see. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
right.
Up until that point, bro, I was heavy on just writing for projects, voicing characters or something for a score. Like it was no DBI going on for a minute.
Right.
So that kind of sparked it back. Like, oh yeah, I forgot I do it like this.
Yeah.
I was on this over here. I forgot I got it like this. So, you sparked probably about a good 7 or 8 new joints that wasn't even wasn't even gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't in that mindset. I wasn't in that frame of mind. I was on something else, and recording that track put me in like, all right, I need to get back on it.
Right.
So
that's what's up.
Yeah, nah, bro, you blessed me. I just looked at my gift.
I heard that. I got a quick question though.
Yeah.
Before we get started, man. I know I'm taking over the session. I ain't supposed to. I gotta stay in my lane sometimes, but I had my blinker on when nobody looking. Hey, so Dolla Bomb, I need to know what's in your playlist, bro. Right now. What you been
right
slapping?
now?
Yeah.
Right now. I like a lot of underground. I don't call it underground because it's not for me, but I'm listening to Topic 626. He out of West Covina.
Topic.
I'm listening to some old school D'Angelo right now. Some what else was I listening to recently? Some Mint Condition. On the rap side, I was bumping a new Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz. It took me a couple spins to get into it. The first go around, I was like, sorry. The second spin, I was like, this not.
Right.
Not. So I've been bumping that. What else I got in there? I got a little bit of Alcoholics in there. I pulled that out the archive. The new Jeezy too. So I got to, I bounce around a little bit.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up, my guy. Definitely. Hey, you mentioned some old school R&B in there. You remember that show that you invited me to? That the was it the Katrina? We did like a little Katrina.
Yeah, bro, you came to that?
Yeah, man. Remember you had me? You invited me to come on and do your backgrounds for you.
So look, at that time of my life, bro. you know they say you got times in your life that's just a blur.
Yeah,
that was the time of my life that was a blur.
Yeah,
man. I remember the show. I remember it was it was a heavy packed show.
Yeah,
but bro, I don't remember performing.
Yeah, bro. We were matter of fact, you had sent the CD to me the night before. You had asked me if I can help you out with doing some backgrounds and give you some energy on stage. And I was like, man, I got you. And then you picked me up early. The next day, we did all the running around, getting your gear.
You are blowing my mind right now. You are blowing my mind right now.
The whole day, you picked me up like at 9 in the morning, or I met you at your house, I think, at 9 in the morning. And you had to go pick up gear, swap meet, this spot, you go to that spot, get this. And then we ended up having to go do mic checks. And we were backstage with like I'll Be Sure and the Mary Jane girls and all of them, bro. And that was all due to you, bro. And I was like, yeah. And then afterwards, your people was like, bro, because I do your shit head to toe, bro. Head to toe. And you was like, bro.
That part I remember. Now I remember. That part I remember. I was like, for the longest time, bro, I got a video of it somewhere in like an old hard drive.
Shit. Uh-huh.
I got a video of it. And I was just like, bro, I'm telling you, that time period of my life was a whirlwind, bro. Because that was how do I explain it? You know how you like working to get a deal, like to be in a deal or try to get a major label deal or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thrown in that fire, but it was for something completely different. It was the Jammies stuff that had us in there.
Right.
So instead of me being an artist trying to get on, it was artists trying to get on to what we was doing.
Right.
So it was like it was a different experience, and there was so many moments that I'm just like, I remember going there. I remember, but I don't remember, bro. I swear you just threw a light bulb on right now.
That's dope,
I swear
bro.
you just threw a light bulb on because I remember that show.
Yeah,
I remember backstage, and what I remember most about that is me and Al became real tight for a long time after that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was going through it with a chick that he had there. He had 2 chicks there. One wasn't supposed to show up. And there was issues backstage, and I was just like, is this how this life gonna be? Like,
right.
I remember the backstage thing.
That thing was crazy, bro. And then the food incident.
I think it was like Music Soul Child, Mary Jane Girls, I'll Be Sure. I think Guy was there.
I was there. Jodeci, a couple people from Jodeci.
Yeah, because we was working on the KC album.
Right. Yeah, bro.
I remember that. I got footage of that show somewhere, bro. Remind me, I'm gonna pull it up. I know I got it in a old hard drive.
That's what's up,
That's
man. I
what's
have
But
to
I
tap into
swear
that.
right now, I'm just like, that nigga was there. Like,
Yeah, the whole day and night, bro. Like I probably get back to the crib like 4 a.m, bro. I mean, we rode heavy all that day, and all you just kept doing was repeat. You was like, damn, you got all of them in my back because you kept trying to tell us like, I got you.
I
And the
remember
back
that part.
afterwards, your
I
people came
remember.
up to you was like, man, whoever he is, you need to bring him with you. And I was like, go to the trip.
And so after that, so I did a show in Vegas. And
Okay.
it's a learning lesson that I live by. One of the things I live by is that you can't take everybody with you, right?
Right.
So I did a show in Vegas, and I swear, bro, if I would have remembered that night, I definitely would have called you. Because
right.
You have no idea how my mind is blown because it's like all feelings like flooding back.
Right.
So I did a show in Vegas for what they call the Las Vegas Music Awards for like indie artists or whatever, and I won for like a mixtape or something like that, right?
Okay.
So you got to perform. So I called some of my boys from the Valley, you know what I mean? Some of my Pacoima homeboys, right?
Uh-huh.
And this is when shit was popping, bro. So I rented a limo for the whole crew, everybody, and we rode from Woodland Hills to Vegas in the limo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, look, bro, everything's on me. Y'all just gotta get your own room, right? I don't care where you stay, but I got everything. I got food covered. I got transportation covered. You just gotta find a place to lay your head, and I need you to tip the driver like $20. With so many of us, the driver gonna come up, right? I'm gonna cover everything else.
Right.
Bro, none of my homies but one. Only one of my homies had money to tip. I was like, it's $20. Right? We got the state line. They had the $20, but they bought liquor. They bought stuff on the stock.
Right.
So I'm seeing people come out with bags, and I was like, I thought y'all couldn't. You had nothing. You couldn't tip.
Damn, bro.
We did the show, and everything was off. I wanted to do like an old school setting. You know, at that time I was heavy into like the suits and stuff, like Godfather type stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And nobody had a suit. I was the only one, so I had to throw that idea out the window. And then me and one of my homeboys got into it because it was a dude from Drew Hill that was performing as a solo artist, right? It wasn't Cisco, it was one of the other band members. And he was like, oh, that's so-and-so from Drew Hill. And I was like, stall him out, bro. Like, he here with us. In fact, he go on before us. So, like, just let him live right now. Just let him do his thing. I gotta holler at him. Nah, bro, just let him do his thing. I turn my back. He over there shooting the shot, holler, whatever, right? Make a long story short, on the way up there, they was hollering. So I took a bunch of my homeboys, and I had like 3 real close homegirls and my wife at the time, right? And so my homeboys was trying to get at my homegirls, but they was extra, my nigga. They was trying to slip them stuff in their drink, like extra, right? So I got the call the next morning after the show. My homegirl called. She was like, yeah, I'm gonna get my boss to fly me back. I gotta get back to work. I was like, you sure? She's like, yeah. I was like, all right. I hung up the phone. I said, I see when you get back. I hung up the phone. Next phone call. It was my homeboy. Yeah, bro, you know, I'm gonna ride with my baby mama back. You don't even like your baby mama. Like, you sure, bro? He's like, yeah, bro. I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna see you when we get back. All right. Another phone call. By the third phone call, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So I did a little digging, found out that they was just being foul, right? So I'm hot. I'm hot. I make a call to everybody's room. Be downstairs in the lobby at this time, not a minute after, or you getting left. Right? Got everybody in the car, and I was like, I don't want to hear nothing. I want a quiet ride all the way home. And me and my homeboy got into it because he was like, nigga, I don't even want to be a part of your whack ass show. I was like, nigga, you begged me to be a part of my whack ass show.
Yep.
I was like, y'all can't even pay the $20 to come up here to pay the driver. I was like, right now at this point in my life, I could do this every single weekend for the next 9 months and won't miss a heartbeat. Y'all niggas could never do this ever in life.
Right.
And you want to talk something? And so at that moment, I learned you can't take everybody with you. Bro, if I remembered that Katrina show night, I swear to you. So my apologies on a bad memory and being whatever, because, bro, you should have been there. That should have been you there.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I would have been there, man. I always got you, man. And that night, I don't doubt it because we was off of everything you could think of. So, it was, and plus, like you said, you had a lot of things going on because you was ripping. I remember when you hit me, it was already chaotic. You was like, bro, I need you to do me a big favor if you can. He gave me the dates. I was like, I got you, bro. What do you need? You're like, all right, I'm gonna get these songs, all the stuff together, send it to you. And if you could just kind of like just know where to come in and give me that, you know how we do it, bro, that background and energy. And then you use like, man, just make it energy on the stage. That's like, I got you, man. By the time we got off that stage, motherfuckers running up to you like, bro, who the fuck? And I was like, all right. And then, like I said, we kicked it the whole rest of the night and got back to the crib, bro. And man, it was a blessing, bro. I still got the lanyard and everything, bro. I had it up in my studio. Like, I was like, man, this was a good experience, especially because you even gave me time. You even gave me like, hey, bro, I'll give you some of my set. I was like, nah, bro, that's all you. I'm here for you. And, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was, bro. Like, it wasn't my stage or whatever, but I was there to support my dude. And that's what a lot of people I don't think get in this industry. It's always got to be the limelight on them, or they want, like you went through with the people that want to be in the limelight to get all of the accolades. But like, nah, bro. And I think that's one of the things that our friendship was based on, bro. It wasn't just me trying to suck up and get what you had going, because I never pressed you to be on Jammies or nothing that you had going on. And you blessed me with this. And our time was always just spent well, man. We were always creative. So yeah, man, definitely. If you ever need it, bro, you always got me, bro.
Bro, I'm still tripping that you blessed me with that memory, because I think about that show and I was like, I don't remember much about that show. Show I do remember that we did, we wasn't even supposed to. I didn't even know you was gonna be there. That was like at the Ivar or whatever, Vine or whatever that club.
Yep.
Yeah, and I didn't even know you was gonna be there, and we ended up sharing stage time that night too.
Yep. That's how it goes, bro. That's that grinding and keep going, and paths will cross, man. Just like now, like I said, man, it's a blessing to cross the path of having you back on this and hearing everything that you got going on, bro. And man, tell us what you got going on musically. I know we know all of the other stuff, but musically, man, tell me what you got going on right now.
Right now I got a project, but I'm suffering from what a lot of artists suffer, and that's like, I don't know if I want to put it out. It ain't ready or it ain't there. And I'm talking to myself like I would talk to somebody else. And I'm just like, just put it out there. Right. Put it out there. So right now, I can't even really call it a project. It's probably like 6, 7, maybe 8 songs deep. Okay. I like them all. But I got to be intentional about putting it out there. Like, right. Up until right now, you talking about it, I wasn't really intentional on putting it out there because my focus is on, the visual arts right now. But I think definitely after this conversation, I'm heavily probably about to open up the hard drive and be like, what can I drop right now? Like, what can I make some visuals for and drop right now? Because I got stuff in the can that's fairly new. Like I got, some stuff that's definitely not been released, but I've got some songs probably that are 6 or 7 songs that have been done in the last year or less. I think the last song I did was probably 3-4 months ago. No intentions at all putting it out, just venting, you know what I mean? Just getting it out. But I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of keeping the gift in the hard drive when I should put it out. But it'd be conversations like this that I think everybody needs, all artists need, especially when you wear so many hats. You know what I mean? It's easy to be like, I don't know about that.
Right. Especially when you got so many other things going on that are consuming your time. And I know like you had spoke about like how the music kind of fell to the wayside because of the focus on getting all of the stuff that you got for the animation and the visual side of what you have going on. And of course, family thrown in there as well. But I'm always be that tap on your shoulder, bro. Cause I mean, man, I've heard some amazing things come from like your production, the ideas. I love your energy. I'm an energy guy. So you know that. And I just love the energy that you bring. Matter of fact, when I was playing and mixing the song and engineering it, a person thought we were the same person. Like, I mean, our vocal tones are almost in that same range on how we kind of deliver what we deliver, but definitely the energy. And I'm always tap on your shoulder and be like, bro, you got to keep blessing them. So don't hold none of that in the hard drive.
Let that shit free the beast.
I appreciate you for that, bro. For real. Because I definitely just been like, it's there. It's you know what I mean? It's that analysis paralysis. I'm guilty of it too. I ain't gonna sit back and like,
Mm-hmm. Definitely should.
There's definitely some stuff in there. I just need to put it out. I need to put it out. So I'm gonna say right now on your platform right now, by the end of this year, actually I'm gonna say by summertime, I'm gonna drop 2 joints by summertime.
Make that 3 because we're gonna have ours on there too. So that's definitely gonna be 3 of them. Definitely. Yeah. I like to hear that, my guy. So let me ask you this: as far as I know, you're writing. I know you've been doing music, like you said, but it's more writing specifically towards the shows and the stuff that you have. So it's basically in a big package. How does that differ as far as I know, like when you're writing your content, like for myself, I get a title and I kind of like go over it, and it comes a lot from experience from the way I write. How does that help or hinder you to be a songwriter on something that's like, hey, this is for a show, this is for this is going to be a geared target audience, or this is a geared focus? Is it a little bit different than just saying, hey, this is what my heart desires? Or is it, do you find it pretty easy?
I wouldn't say easy. It's just like switching the lens of what you're looking at. So when it's me, Dolla Bomb, DBI, I got like, I'm unfiltered. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say what I want to say, how I want to say it. But if I'm creating for a project, there's a lane that you have either created for it or that you want to stay in. And I always say, for me, creating things that are not a personal project, like for me as the artist, as DBI, when I'm doing something else, I just go back to the childlike thought process of playing, like when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I was in the G.I. Joes. I had all kinds of G.I. Joes. Aircraft carrier, whatever. And when I was a kid, if my parents couldn't get it, I was going to get it somehow, some way. And if they asked me where I got it from, I'm going to say my homeboy gave it to me, but I was going to get it. And so I would just play pretend. So my creative process is no different than playing pretend. Like, I know what I want to see in the story. I know what I want to see in the outcome. And I take a lot of input from, the people I trust that's involved in the project. It's a gift and a curse, because a lot of times they just will be like, no, it's whatever, like what you want to do. And I'm like, nah, I want some opinion. Like, I want to go back and forth. But in a nutshell, it's just, it's not easy, but it's not hard either. It's just what role am I playing? What am I pretending to be or do, or what story do I want to tell? Writing the Jammies stuff was definitely hard because I was overthinking it. And one of the things that I learned with doing the Jammies is, in the beginning, I was writing as if I was writing kid material. And I went to a seminar, or I went to a licensing show in New York one year, and I sat in on this panel. And I don't know if he worded it this way, but this is the way I took it away from the speaker. And it made perfect sense. He was like, kids don't pretend to be kids. An 8-year-old not going to pretend to be 8. He's going to pretend to be 16. The 10-year-old not going to pretend to be 10. He's going to pretend to be 18.
Yep.
And then I started thinking about, well, when I was a kid, I was listening to music that my parents probably wouldn't want me to listen to. So it took me from writing bubblegum rap to writing the rap I would normally write, just not talking about the stuff I would normally talk about.
Right. Exactly.
So that was one of the things that I learned, because if I was trying too hard to make it kiddie, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then I learned that, you can still drop bars, you can still drop metaphors, they're gonna pick up on it. And if it's a little bit over their head right now, they're gonna grow into it.
Right.
Yep.
That's what's up, man. OneLumpSum, the label. I know that's something that you're gonna start putting a lot of focus into this year, as far as conversations that we've had. You want to give us a little bit, maybe, of an insight of what the future of OneLumpSum is going to be providing to the public?
OneLumpSum in my brain right now is the label of TBR. So TBR is going to put out a lot of these animated projects, right? But the artists that come from those projects will be released on OneLumpSum Records.
Nice.
And like I even extend that platform to you guys in terms of like sometimes as artists, there's stuff that we create that doesn't fit our persona. You know what I mean? Like if you're a hardcore rapper and you decide to write a love song because your girl pissed you off, you ain't gonna release that love song. Like,
Right.
You're just not gonna do it. Like your song is about, you know, the street stuff. You're not gonna, oh baby, baby, I miss you, I love you. You're not putting that out there, right?
Yeah.
But it could be fire. What OneLumpSum provides with my digital artist concept, we can create a character for that art. And put it out. You ain't gotta hold it. Just like you telling me, get it out the hard drive. Be an artist all the way around.
Yeah.
So if we gotta create a character that fits something completely different than what you would normally do to put that art out, that's what OneLumpSum is gonna be a platform for.
Got it.
There's a lot of artists out there that don't want to be famous. They want their art heard.
That's true.
So
Very
OneLumpSum and the digital avatars is a place for that. Some people just don't want the limelight. They don't want the fame like that, but they want to be heard and they deserve to be heard. And so we'll create an avatar. We create something whether it looks like you, don't look like you, something completely different, and put the art out. So OneLumpSum is meant to be more digital than live action and real, you know, live out there. It'll house my DBI project stuff for sure, but for the grand scheme of it all, I'm moving into the metaverse. Like, we're gonna go there eventually, so I'm gonna get my stock there now.
Right. That's dope, bro. Definitely, man. I know you always had good visions, man. So I see that, and I know a lot, especially with streaming 2.0 taking a big part of what's coming up now. I mean, it's been in the the film industry and TV and show and series industry. They've been using it a lot, but now more content, and what you're providing is the content that can be created around the music and not always the music creating the content. So that's definitely, man, a blessing right there, my guy.
Exactly. Yeah, and if you think about like what's to come with the new Apple glasses and the Google, the Oculus from Meta, and you know, VR and stuff like that. I don't know if you have an Oculus, but when Oculus first came out with the Oculus 2, the second version, they did they brought Biggie back to life, and he did a whole concert with an animated avatar doing all Biggie stuff inside the Oculus. And I was like, see, it's coming. It's coming.
That's dope,
it's right there. I used to be 10 years ahead. Now I'm only 3 years ahead. It's like, it's coming.
Right, that part. That's true, man. I didn't even think about that with the Oculus. They did do that. And yeah, man, that's something that you're right at the helm of that cusp. So definitely, bro. Definitely want to see what comes more of that down the future. I want to be a part of that somehow. I'll find my way in.
No, I just extended the invitation, bro. I don't know if you missed it. I don't know if the pitch was too fast or not, but I definitely
was, man. I'm definitely gonna be swinging at that pitch, man. Appreciate that. D, you got anything you want to ask my man here in regards to music, since you was an artist yourself?
Once an artist, always an artist, bro.
Yeah.
Once an artist, always an artist.
Yeah, get him.
Yeah, okay. I hear y'all.
That's another reason for the avatar. You know, in hip hop's the only genre they tell you that it's too old is the age limit.
Yeah.
The reason why they did, my belief on the reason why they did that is because the smarter we got, the more that they couldn't control us, the more they couldn't feed us the stuff. So as we got older, our music would have an older, a more mature output. And they was like, nah, we built this culture on stupidity. Like, we can't let these smart dudes that have lived a little bit of life and got a little bit of experience put no records out that's talking that talk. So age don't mean nothing, bro. Put it out there. If you don't want it to look like a certain thing, I got an avatar for you.
He's got it ready.
I got it.
They trying to set me up. You did this on purpose, Mo. I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah,
but that's the shit, man. I like to hear that because you hit a point that is, point of discussion a lot now is the age in hip hop and when is it too old and we all know music is timeless. So it's not the music itself, man. It's the basically what you said. It's the content that's going to be created as we get older. We get wiser, we mature. So the content also, grows right there equally. But then, they try to put that on and say it's a young person's game, and then that divides the young and us on why you still doing it and how come that did it. And it's like, how do you feel about that, man? Because I'm sure you get a lot of artists around you, from older to younger as well. Do you see a disparity in the age gap and the difference of, hey, you know what, they don't really fuck with us because we're older, or we should get out the game? Like,
I see it, but I don't personally deal with it because I think my parents and my grandparents, I've been blessed with decent genes to where I don't look my age.
Right.
Even the kids that I coached, with me running out there and doing the stuff that I do, I tell them I'm gonna be 50 this year. They be like, what?
Yep.
So I don't really get it because number one, I don't look it, but better than not looking it, I don't carry myself like an old head. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen to everybody, the new stuff, and I'm gonna like what I'm gonna like, and I'm gonna not like what I don't like. But I'm not gonna down the youth and be like, nah, man, I ain't listening to that new stuff. There's some fire out there. Corday is fire. Damani is fire. Like, there's some young artists that are under the age of 21, 25 that's fire. The art's still gonna be the art. So I personally haven't dealt with that, and I think a lot of it is because just when I tell people my age, they don't believe it. Right. That's number one. So I don't think I look the ages that they give me by far. But I haven't experienced that personally, just because, like I said, I don't move like that. Like,
Right.
I be putting my kids up on game. They be like, how you know that? I'm like, how don't you know that?
How don't you know it?
This is yours.
Yeah, music keeps your youth as well. So if you're definitely keeping your ear to the street, like I said, I love the way the direction of music is going. It's brought an angle of music that I would have never thought before to try, or you know what I mean, how I moved and how I create my music. So the different things that spawn from that, I just want it to be staying as a creative though. That's my only wish, is as long as it stays creative and not like when we grew up in our era, it was, I didn't want to sound like this person. I didn't want to, So now
the industry did that. Like, I don't like how the industry took the culture, because now they want, and that's what goes back to another point we talked about earlier. A label deal is just a loan, right? So people running around and get this loan, but you're not getting a loan unless you sound like somebody else that have made some money in the past.
Yep.
In the beginning stages of hip hop, it was the thing to be different. What are you bringing to the table? Like, and with technology today, where you can just go out and basically create your own audience, we don't need the labels no more. Like, we really never needed them. It was the whole look of, I'm on this label, but they was really giving you a cash loan.
Status.
Yeah, it was status. You was basically paying to use their logo.
Yeah,
is what it boiled down to, because they wasn't gonna go get your fan base for you. You still had to do that. You know what I mean? At this nowadays, you're not getting a deal unless you come with like 200,000 fans on Twitter,
right?
A quarter of a million followers on Facebook. Like, if you don't show up to the label with those numbers, you're not even getting in the building.
Right.
Yep.
But if I got those kind of numbers on my own, what do I need the logo for?
Why do I need that? Yep, exactly.
Yep. Be like LaRussell.
I need a loan from Wells Fargo. I need a loan from Navy Federal.
My own
shit.
Yeah,
that's true.
LaRussell kind of capitalized on them too with the signing with Live Nation. So he signed with.
Still got on lock. They still got them live shows on lock.
Yeah, see, Live Nation. He did a contracted tour. That's it. It's a touring contract. So all his music money it's all him. He getting paid to go do tours, but they don't own none of his content. He owns everything. He owns all of his stuff. He just signed a contract to go tour, and that touring money is where you get it anyway. So he was able to still he's able to be out there and still own all his material and the rights to everything that he does, which is, I think that was a real smart move instead of signing with a label and being the puppet or the sucker, because that's
what people aren't thinking about too. And I'm assuming that LaRuss was thinking about this, is that music might not even pop for another 20 years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It might not even see what it's supposed to see for another 10, 20 years. Mm-hmm. And then out of nowhere, it'll just blow up. It'll fit a movie. It'll fit this. It'll fit that. And he's been had it in the can and had ownership on it. And so many people get caught up in the immediate gratification. Like I was just telling him, if it don't work right now, it's not working. I was just telling my homeboy, I was like, he knows I don't like giving unsolicited advice. If you don't ask me, I'm gonna wait till you ask me. Unsolicited advice is usually not received well. But because he's my boy, that's my dog, and I'm like, bro, if I could just tell you one thing going into this new year, you don't promote enough. You don't market your stuff enough. You put the song out one time, and then you get mad that nobody's streaming it. Did you buy that product that you saw on TV off of one commercial? Or you seen that commercial 1,000 times before you was like, yeah, I'm gonna go check that out. I was like, market the music the same way. I know it's old to you because you put it up. But if you tired of looking at it on your feed, delete it and put it up again. Like we don't market enough. We want immediate. Like, I posted it already. It ain't catching. No, bro, post it like a commercial. 35 times, 45 times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's marketing.
Yep, that's true, man. And you see it every day, but we don't understand it until we have to think on that level. A lot of people, think about Super Bowl, right? What do they pay all this money for? For their commercials, advertising during the Super Bowl. And why? Because of the viewership, and then you still see it though, regardless. And some of these are old commercials. They're paying to have these old commercials played still to this day. So it's really about, like you said, just putting it in as many people's face that's possible by promoting and marketing it correctly. And you don't need a big machine behind you to do that with the resources that are out there today.
Yep, you just don't need it. And even people that's got, they think, I got 3,000 followers, 1,000 followers, 500. If you got an engaged audience, sometimes you got more people looking at you than a network television show at one time. There's network shows that are on TV that don't get 2,000 viewers in one city, especially with streaming now. Like they'll just binge it later. But you're an independent artist that's got an engaged following. You got 56,000 followers, but 2,000 of them are engaged. They like all your posts. They repost. They do this. That's more eyes on you than a lot of major projects have at one time, and people don't realize that.
Right. Yeah. Right. Because everything that they gauge it against is always the big machine and the final numbers and what's being put out there in front of us and how it's viewed. And we got to get away from that as far as these newer artists that see that and don't understand that climb and that elevation, that, man, you do have that platform. And what you do with it is, especially like you said, if you have a dedicated fan base, man, that's very powerful, because that's merch. That's tapping into everything that you're doing that you can guarantee. Like I say, if you wanted to do a show out of your living room, your basement, that's people tapping in that you can guarantee it and get messages out to. So definitely a lot going on with the way it's came from when we started doing it to where it's now. And that transition of being able to juggle that and utilize it. I know I'm getting into that where it's like, hey, okay, understanding it better. So I'm learning as I go too as well, so definitely anything that we can get out to the world on, hey, you know what? Listen, this is a real thing. Sometimes they don't get it. It's not always the message, but it's who's telling the message.
Who's delivering it.
Definitely. Well, I hate to cut short, my guys, but I do have something I got to get to here. I know it's been a blessing having you, Dolla. We're definitely going to have you back. Especially when more stuff drops, and I'll be tapping into you to get some more things done with you on the side for my music and our projects that we got coming up as far as that visual that we discussed. So definitely doing that. But my blessings once again to you, your family, everything you got going on, bro. Keep pushing, man. You're an inspiration to a lot of people.
Salute, bro. You too. Whether you know it or not, you too. and I love the podcast. I love the platform. I love the format. And I thank you for having me on. I appreciate you both. And nice to meet you, D.
Right on. Nice to meet you too, bro.
We gotta get together in real time. See.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That artistry.
Yes. Yes. Well, y'all, that's another wonderful session that we got on things of that nature. And we'll tap in here. Stay tuned.
Mike Niff.
Yeah. Tony Fix. It's DMP,
yo.
baby.
Check. Climbing the ranks, high off the dank. Life isn't fair, but I strive for the bank. Back getting tired, I'm carrying weight. The West Coast needs me, I die to be great. Walk in my shoes, see through my glasses. Keep breaking rules, we making classics. 9 years and I won't give up. 13 albums, I'm still doing push-ups. Outlast all these masochist rappers. You don't wanna be there when the massacre happens. I keep microphones hotter than July. You can see that my passion for rapping's alive. If I ever stop doing music or lose it, it's probably cause Lucifer called me to do something. He got my number at a party that was crowded. Academics said he cool, so I never really thought about it. I'm done waiting, fuck waiting, I'm impatient. It's my turn, let them burn, they was Satan. I'm done waiting, fuck waiting, I'm impatient. It's my turn, let them burn, they was Satan. I'm done waiting, fuck waiting, I'm impatient. It's my turn, let them burn, they was Satan. I'm done waiting, fuck waiting, I'm impatient. It's my turn, let them burn, they was Satan. Bar spitter, Mike Niff the twister, don't get it twisted, I spit bars and they hit ya. Motion picture, flow like the scripture, I'm getting richer but still give to my people. You can't take it in the grave when you go, so I'm writing more songs for your cravings at home. I rap a little, 25 years, cause I wanna be the best, so I strive for your ears. A little taste, even if you don't like it, I promise that a small part of you gon' get excited. You won't wanna turn it off, now we vibing, you getting high with me as we ride through my mind vision. Stop spitting, only if you stop listening. I am a piece of the shine when the diamonds glisten. Too exquisite, Mike Niff the shiznit. Snoop Dogg, please punch this death row ticket. I'm done waiting, fuck waiting, I'm impatient. It's my turn, let them burn, they was Satan. I'm done waiting, fuck waiting, I'm impatient. It's my turn, let them burn, they was Satan. I'm done waiting, fuck waiting, I'm impatient. It's my turn, let them burn, they was Satan. I'm done waiting, fuck waiting, I'm impatient. It's my turn, let them burn, they was Satan. I'm done waiting, fuck waiting, I'm impatient. It's my turn, let them burn, they was Satan. I'm done waiting, fuck waiting, I'm impatient. It's my turn, let them burn, they was Satan. I'm done waiting, fuck waiting, I'm impatient. It's my turn, let them burn, they was Satan. I'm done waiting, fuck waiting, I'm impatient. It's my turn, let them burn, they was Satan.
All right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed that brief intermission. I hope you enjoyed the session. A lot of game being spit. I hope y'all paying attention and tuning in, especially all you inspiring artists in any genre, whether it's music or the arts or the theater or whatever it may be. Yeah, this was a great conversation, man. This dude, he do a lot of everything. God, dog. Hey, man. I got my hats off to him just to keep it moving like that and be so busy and have the energy to do it all, you know?
Right. Well, that's where that fitness comes in, you know, his TeamFocusFit, like he said, man, he fell back and had to rehab himself. As a person that went through rehab, you know, back surgery, stuff like that, man, myself, man, that's a tough thing, man, mental health, and to be able to have that wherewithal to do it, to put action to it and then come out and say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna also do this as something that I'm going to do as a business and help others that may be going through it as well and be an inspiration in that light. So, I mean, the guy, man, he's multifaceted. I was blessed to go ahead and reach back out to my guy. Like I said, and that's so much more behind the scenes that we talked about as well. You know, and we can keep going on, but I had to get, you know what I'm saying? I had to get in my responsibilities as well, but we're going to bring them back, my guys. So don't, you know what I'm saying? Follow my man. We'll have all his stuff in the description. So tap into that and go like, subscribe, share, spread the word, comment, do everything that we can, man. We like to see individuals succeed and not only by the hands of the machine. So, you know, we all have a play into this and we can make it happen. So, definitely, man, go support.
Yeah, and like they said on the Water Boy, you can do it.
You can
Make
do
it
it,
happen, man. Stop sitting on your shoulders. Real talk.
Yeah, man.
Because a lot of people, man, in his position, I think a lot of the average person would have quit. And just said, "Oh, I'm gonna be like this, and I'm just gonna have to deal with it." Woe is me. And instead, he had a talk with his inner self and was like, "Nah, Playboy, not happening." And you gotta commend that, because a lot of people honestly would quit, bro. They really would.
I agree, man. And like, so we're just getting, or the public just gets a portion of it, kind of like timeline. But as you know, from just, the backstage talks, there's a lot more that went behind that, man, that even would have made you even quit even more, man. You know what I'm saying? That timeline is one thing, but when you hear, so basically, man, just keep striving, keep grinding, keep doing what y'all do, man. Be different. Don't follow the pack. Lead a pack, or lead yourself first, and then come back to the pack whenever's necessary. That's one of the things that I will say with knowing him, man. He never was about the inner crowd of, I need to be where everything is happening. I'm going to create something that's happening, and then I'm going to bring that to the table. And like I said, man, that was a big inspiration for me as an inspiring just artist, rapper, performer at that time. And everything now that you see what I'm able to do as far as graphics, as far as visuals, even putting that into context, into the things that I do. Man, a lot of that spawns from him, just showing me, being around and seeing it happen. Because once again, we could talk about things, right, all day long. And that's what the youth and a lot of the mid-age individuals don't realize. You don't get this so much once you get maturity and age. You tend to do more action than just talking. But one of the things that I see as a gem through all of our interviews is the passion is one thing. It starts there. The second thing is getting off your ass and doing it. Doing something, including this podcast. As many roadblocks as we come across, bro, we continue to make those leaps and bounds and hurdle them and obstacles and continue to go on. So anybody that's listening, that's tapping in, I mean, feel what we're saying. Don't just listen, but feel what we're saying, because this applies to you. There's something in your life right now that you got going on that you procrastinated at. And like I tell everybody else, procrastination to me is just another word for lazy. We can go ahead and spice it up, put whatever we want on it, but it's really lazy. We could say we got things to do, but this is man of a father of 5, got 2 grandchildren, another one on the way, businesses, starting another business, and still gives back to the youth with coaching, on many different levels. And then even had time for our podcast. So that lets you know, man, that's a well-rounded human being, man. Salute to that.
A very selfless individual. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Gotta respect that.
You think we should tell them we got a little thing working with DBI, or we should just show them when it
we keep that on them. We keep that on slow. I don't know if they ready for that one. But when we hit y'all with it, we gonna hit y'all with it for sure.
But I will give y'all a sneak peek to something I'm going to be dropping with my man. It's called Elevate. And that is featuring, it's Doc Madness featuring Madman Smooth. It's featuring DBI and then also Jariki. So at the end of this, I'm going to give y'all a sneak peek.
Yes, sir. But it sounds like we going to wrap it up. Yeah. I hear the bell tolling in the back saying your time is up.
That's that dinner bell.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I think it is. It's time to get the nutrients.
Yeah, the comida. Definitely. Well, it's always been a pleasure from Thing 1 and Thing 2, things of that nature. Man, we out.
You know it. And this show was sponsored by Haters Gon' Hate, but let the hate motivate. Till next time, y'all.
Let that sink in.
Things of that nature. Things of that nature.
DMP Sweatshop, come on, tell us what you talking about. Left Coast Kings, and you owe it to yourself.
Elevate. Actions or reactions. No matter feel like stupid emotion. One life, many options. Action.
I made a trip to see the doc, to pick up something that would knock, to keep the bars moving like a clock. And what he gave me was a banger, man. Unknown milligrams, I wouldn't take 2, cause that just might kill a man. Or heal a man, there's a fine line between it, cause this beat bang hard like the semen. I'm about to bring it. I like to take this opportunity to say instead of rhymes, some of y'all should write a eulogy.